Howdy folks, it is approximately 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on May the 19th, 2022. Hope our creators are keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms, and make sure to subscribe if you're new and hit that notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. We are starting off today at spaceweather.com, and we're noticing that the big sunspot AR active region 3014 has a very unstable beta gamma delta magnetic field that is harboring energy for strong explosions. NOAA forecasters estimate a 35% chance of M flares. Well, it's much higher than that. And a 15% chance of X flares, and that's actually gone up as well. And that was effective as of today. But let's get started on this, shall we? And we'll jump over here to spaceweatherlive.com, and we are checking out some M flares. We've gone up from that 35%, haven't we? Had a really decent M flare here. We had an M5.56, and followed with an M1.54, and an M... where are you at? 1.17. So those M flares are popping. We should take a look at. Let's go take a look at Enlil and see if Enlil has anything for us. I highly doubt it's going to be caught up by now because Enlil likes to drag. And let's come on down here. Ooh, what do we got going on here? That's very interesting, isn't it? Let's check out this forecast here, and I'm not seeing anything showing. So they have not shown anything coming our direction. We did have a pop the other day, very, very small, and actually blended in with our solar winds from here. So that's why I didn't really come on here and make too much of a fuss, because it blended with the solar winds, and it was small, so it kind of got really spread out, the plasma from it. So it really would have just seemed like a strong solar wind. It wouldn't have made any kind of a major difference. But this is our Enlil model from NASA. This is NASA's model. This here is NOAA's model. And let's see if we can... see what's going on here. It looks like we did come out of that spike here. We did take an impact here. Thanks for that update, guys. And this one, let's see, today's the 19th. So this is actually from what happened a couple of days ago. It looks like we're going to be peaking out, according to them, on the 21st. And it looks like we're going to have about 17 to 18 centimeters cubed worth of plasma right around in here, from what we're looking at here. But let's go check out the European Space Agency model. Over here on the European Space Agency, we're looking at their Euphoria model, pardon me, and we are going to take a look at this here and what they're showing impacting us. Looks like we did take about 26 to 27 centimeters cubed on the 15th. Today is the 19th, and they're actually showing us being higher levels. We're at 12 here, and it looks like the 21st that NOAA had forecasted, right around 1400 UTC time, we're looking at about 27 centimeters cubed again. Looks like we're getting a glancing blow from this one here, and I would have to concur from that from the data that I seen from the other day. It wasn't really much. It's going to look like it's going to blend in with our solar winds, because as you can see here, from that corona hole, remember, when it's facing us isn't when we get it. It's after it's already on the western side of the sun, you know, close to the western limb, is by the time the solar wind catches up to actually impact us. I've said that many times before. This is the Earth, this is the Sun. That's from that coronal hole. So it's really impacting around the same time. So, yeah, pretty much stand by that one. Now looking at our sunspot group, back over at spaceweatherlive.com. Let's go ahead and jump on in here, and we've got 3015, 14, and 17. As we can see here, it is very well developed. We got our positive and our negative, and we do have a very developed one here, and it looks like it's starting to get some little friends. This is where we're getting a lot of our activity. And we're actually starting to get some interaction between 14 and 17, and I will show you guys that here in just a minute. But let's get a little bit clearer picture on this. That's a little bit better. And here we've got 3015, 3014, and active region 3017. As we can see, this is a very active, and it is developing. This is also very large, and we're starting to see some friends popping up over here on this side. So we've got positive in between two negatives. We got our positive, negative, and we got another negative here. So there's definitely going to be some active spots going on here. Lots of activity going on. In fact, this is where we're getting the majority of our M flares from, is this guy right here. But as we back out, we can also see over here, we've got another active region that's going to be coming in. And these, man, look how big these buggers are coming around the limb. There's a lot of activity on the sun, folks. I'm going to try and get through it all in one shot. As we come over here to spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov, we're going to take a look at our deabsorption. This is our X-ray radiation that we've absorbed in decibels, and we are going to. I actually did not quite get the first M flare that happened just previous to this, and we're going to see our. Oh, there's our other M pop right there. There's a quick little snap. Happened right over Africa. All of Europe got it. Most of Russia, India, the Middle East. They got that one. And then our second one. Now all of this that we're seeing, this is constant C flux. Remember, we're living in a constant C flux. Our baseline is in C. And our other M pops up. Oop, there it is. Right there, that smaller M. So pretty much the majority of North America, the majority of South America, a good third of Africa, Europe got it as well, Iceland, Greenland, all of Canada, and that's about all we're at for right now with that. And as we take a look at our BZ and BT, our Ace, Mag, and Sweepam, we're actually doing pretty good. We've just barely touched below -5 here just a couple of times. Nothing really major to go on about with that, but this is that sunspot group right here. Take a look at this bad boy. That's pretty gnarly. And that is directly Earth facing us. Now we're going to come over here to GOES, and I'm going to show y'all a little something here. This is GOES 16, 304 angstroms of light. This is recent. We have got a lot of filament activity. This is on the back side of the sun right here. And watch this action. There is a lot of movement going on the back side of the sun. Now this here is not as long as it usually is with the 304 on SDO. These are short little snippets. Look at the size of those filaments that came off of that. That was a massive eruption, and that's all going out into space. But speaking of filaments, I don't think there's anything on this one here that's as of recent that's coming our way, but let me show you on the SDO. We're going to come over to ISWA, and we are actually going to take a look right here at, guess what, our magnetogram color, and we're going to see the birth of these sunspot groups. Now keep your eyes right up here. We're going to watch this, and this has been over the past 48 hours. Maybe a little bit more. But watch how big that thing gets. Ooh. Just develops right up into delta, beta, gamma. Right before your eyes, right there. We'll run it backwards one more time so you can just see it shrink down. It's getting pretty intense. It's bigger and more active than when it was around coming around the limb. When it starts developing like that. So this is going to be a very interesting week. And actually, for those of you who are also watching, I'm also watching over here. And we're actually watching the negative kind of split up these positives right here. So it's kind of getting in the middle. And if these start to develop too, now here I'll run it back and you can kind of see it. See how it's all positive over here? I'll kind of run it back a little bit more. There we go. Now watch, it just kind of splits up and the negative kind of divides it. Watch this. See that? How it kind of gets in the middle of it? Now if these start developing as well, if this develops here, then you got some developing here and here, we're going to have a lot of activity going on. But let's get to the other stuff. Let's take a look over here on the 193. See what we got going on over here. We will see our flare here, right? Ooh, right here. See that? It's going from 314 all the way over here to 317. Look at the size of that. Even 315 got in on that action. All three of them are interacting and playing with each other. That's some stuff. Now, I'm not seeing a solar tsunami with it, which is good. Not seeing a solar tsunami. So that means that there's not really much for... Whoa, did you guys see that little friend over there? Not really seeing much of a coronal mass ejection. There he is. Right there. Don't see him here very often on the 193, but that's all right. We'll take him we'll get him when we can. Uh-oh, what is going on here? There we go. Thing was froze up a little bit. But yeah, that's some action right there. Let's take a look at that on the 304. Now we're going to come up here. I'm actually going to play us on the 304 here. This is from the 18th, the 17th to the 18th. I'm going to back this up real quick, and we're going to zoom in on this bad boy, and we're going to watch this, because this is something else that we need to pay attention to, is our filaments. Now there are quite a few friends here, but we need to watch these filament releases. First one we need to watch is down here. Oh, actually, it's up here. Excuse me. Look at that. We have a nice filament release there. What is going on here with this thing? Got a nice filament release here and here at the same time. See that? We got two snaps there. We got activity going on over here. And then, lower left, you see this big filament right here. And this big filament right here. See that? I'll actually have to change this for you so that we can catch up on that real quick. Okay, now that I got this loaded up, we're going to take a look. This is yesterday at 7:16 a.m. and this right here is our filament. Look at the size of that bugger, and it is just releasing off and dancing around. Look at all the filament dances. There is a lot of action and stuff going on. In fact, actually, if you look right here, this would be from Sunspot 3014. We can see that we did have a little bit of filament eruption there, and it's actually going to spit out at us one more time. Here, just there it is. You see that little bloop right here? We can see how it's a little bit darker right there. And so there was some filament eruption from that, a little bit of plasma, but not that's that small one that I was telling you guys that's coming our direction, and it's gonna catch up to the solar wind and blend in with it. So it's nothing much to be super concerned about. But this is also where we see all of our activity. Now this was from yesterday. Okay, this is yesterday. Now this is today's. Now the filaments have not slowed down, however. I'm going to get you guys checking in on this bad boy for today, and we're gonna that right there. This is our flare. This is our M class. This was the big one. Now, if you also notice, we have other flares and activities that are going on as well. Other filament eruptions. Look at that, just super massive. And now there was some of that that got whipped out. Some of it is coming our direction. And then look at this bad boy over here. I mean, my gosh, what is going on here? Sun is just pissed, just throwing all kinds of crap out. Now, the majority of that did get recaptured, however, but not all of it. But most of it did. See that? Most of it did get recaptured. Now, even if it all got released, it's not coming our direction, so we're good with that. But I'm not seeing anything else that's directly Earth facing. Maybe, yeah, the only thing that we might get is a teeny bit from that, but that just looked like mostly just the flare. I did not see any coronal mass ejection with that whatsoever, which is good. Look at this, right here. There's a craft right here, and you can see his little stream behind him. Check that out. See him? How you doing, buddy? Now, coming over here to the 94, we're going to take a look at these flares. Now, this right here, this is from the 17th. Look at all these hot regions, and this is what's keeping us in C flare. Constant state of C flare. In fact, we'll go take a look at that here in a bit. This is all of our C flare. In fact, you'll actually see a little. Whoa! Did you guys see that guy? Where'd he go? Got another. Oop! I passed him. There he is. We got another one right there. Look at that. It looks like some kind of a stick shape, or maybe a tic tac going sideways. That's weird, isn't it? That's wild looking. I wonder what the heck that's supposed to be all about. But anyways, look at all the activity going on up here. All this arcing. That's what's keeping us there, and we're gonna. Oh, let me shrink this down a little bit more. Sorry. And we'll actually catch up to our flare. Whoa, back it up here. Just missed him. Now look at that. This is a... Oh, we got a friend over here too. This is a large flare, the size of that. That's connecting from one end all the way to the other, which is massive. And then, of course, we got our little friend right here. You can see him clearly right here at the tip of my pointer, and then you can see his little trail behind him. All kinds of stuff going on. Now, to get on before we run out of time here, check this out. This is our Schumann over in Italy. Look at our electromagnetic field. What the fragnog? I have never seen this before in my life. It is never like this. It's always blue in the background, and you can see like little spikes. So there is some energies that is hitting the planet right now. Now, this is the Schumann. Now, this isn't even the most up-to-date. Hang on, let me update it really quick. All right, now it's updated, and we can see that the line did move just a smidgen. It was over here. But yeah, look at this bad boy. This is the Schumann, so we are totally getting blasted right now. Come all the way down here to the bottom to look for thunderstorms and lightning, and there's very few lightning strikes. There's not a whole lot. There's just a little bit. So that is legit. And to double cross-check it, come over here to the Russian model, and yeah, Russian model is spiking too. So there is some stuff going on over there, folks. Can't tell you if it's CERN or not. I don't know, but I highly doubt it. So keep your eyes open. No fear. Remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.